Welcome to solving multi-step equations. Last week we did one-step equations and we told you how important it is to show your work. We also did two-step equations and we warned you that this week we would have more challenging problems where it really is important to show your work. So our first problem in our solving of multi-step equations is this 18 equals 3, parentheses 3x minus 6. Well, if you remember, this is the distributive property. So we need to distribute. So we distribute 3 times 3 is 9x, and then 3 times 6 is 18. So when we distribute, the parentheses are gone. So we have 18 equals 9x minus 18. Now we're to where we were last week, solving two-step equations. So I like to go ahead and put my line down the board, down the equal sign, to show that we have to balance both sides. So here I'm going to take away my 18 and do the same thing. By adding 18, do the opposite. That makes 0. It's gone. I come over here. I add 18 and 18. I get 36 equals 9x. Now I'm to where something times 9 equals 36. I do the opposite. I divide by 9. I divide by 9. And x equals 4. So now you can go back into your equation and you can plug in, so 3, parentheses, 3 times 4 minus 6, parentheses, do in the parentheses first. 3 times 4 is 12, minus 6. 12 minus 6 is 6, and 6 times 3 is 18, which is exactly what we got. So that works. Okay, let's look at another one. And this one is also using the distributive property. So I've got 30 equals negative 5, parentheses, 6n plus 6, parentheses. So negative 5 times 6n is negative 30n. Then negative 5 times 6 is negative 30. This all equals 30. I make my line. Now I'm at my two-step equation mark. I'm going to come over here. I'm trying to isolate the variable. So I add 30 here. By doing the opposite, that's gone. I do the same thing on the other side. What I do on one side, I have to do on the other side. So 30 and 30 is 60. And I have negative 30n. So now I'm to where something times negative 30 is 60. So I divide by negative 30, that becomes 1. Divide by negative 30, that becomes negative 20. So n is negative 20. No. 2. Negative 2. Got too many zeros there. You know you can cut these zeros out. Okay, so negative 2. I can go back and plug it into my equation here. So 6 times negative 2 plus 6, that's negative 12 plus 6 times that negative 5, that's going to be a negative 6. Negative 6 times negative 5 is 30. Okay, this one we also have another distributive property. 10, parentheses 1 plus 3b, parentheses, equals negative 20. I'm going to distribute my 10 to the 1, so that's 10 plus 10 times 3b, 30b, equals negative 20. I draw my line. I start over here. I want to isolate my variable. So I take away 10 from here. That's gone. Take away 10 from here. So that's 30b. That's going to be negative 30. Now something times 30 equals negative 30. I divide by 30. Divide by 30, so b is negative 1. You can go back and plug it in. 1 plus 3 times negative 1, all times 10. That's negative 3. That's 1. Let's see, you can multiply that by 10, you get negative 20. As you can see, that works out. Oh, this one has a couple more steps, or maybe one more step, besides the distributive property. Okay, as you can see, we've got negative 5n minus 8, parentheses, 1 plus 7 in parentheses equals negative 8. So we have one more thing we're going to have to do besides distribute. So here I've got negative 8 times 1, so that's negative 8. Negative 8 times 7n, that's minus 56n. Parentheses are gone when you distribute. I'm just going to bring this down. Negative 5n equals negative 8. Now I can combine some like terms if you remember that. I've got this 5n, negative 5n, and negative 56n. Put those together, and I get 61. So I have negative 61n minus 8 equals negative 8. Now I'm back to my two-step equation. I'm going to line down my equal sign. I'm going to add 8 here. It's gone. Add 8 over here. Negative 61n equals 0. I'm going to divide by negative 61. When I do that, I still have 0. So n is 0. You can plug it back in and you can see that 7 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. Times that negative 8. And then that's 0. 5 times 0. Negative 8 is negative 8. So you can check it and see. This is the equation that you get to solve on your own. There will be a form below the video, and you're going to enter it as m equals whatever m equals when you solve it. Have a good night. Go back, rewind, replay if you need to. Make sure you have these equations with the steps so that you're ready to work on the next day. Thanks. See you.